Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's definitely been a process. I think the hardest part is when you like begin to feel really good, and then it's just a process of like working yourself back into like actually getting up and down, and getting out there with my teammates. And obviously that can be a little difficult at the same time when, you know, they're prepping for other games that I know I'm not going to be available in. But
the moment fans have been anxiously waiting for has arrived. And Caitlin Clark didn't just whisper her return, she shouted it with a bang. After missing 5 straight games with a quad injury, the Indiana Fever's Golden Girl stepped back onto the court at practice and delivered an instant viral moment, a cold-blooded half-court shot that banked in effortlessly. Followed by a celebration so wild it screamed one thing: she's back and she's coming for the league. As the Fever gear up to face the undefeated New York Liberty, the hottest team in the WNBA, Clark just sent a message loud and clear: don't count me out. I'm ready to light this league on fire. That half-court bomb wasn't just a trick shot, it was a warning.
But I think, you know, the medical staff, I have to give them a lot of credit. I think they did a really good job, and just have tried to like control my mindset the whole time that I've been out and learn from the bench. I think it can teach you a lot of different things, and yeah, it was certainly a learning opportunity, and I think it's going to benefit me, you know, a lot throughout my career, just falling back and understanding, you know, certain moments like this. But I'm super excited on Man City to get out there and probably shake off a little bit of rust and play.
Clark hits it. She's got time. Cloud defending. Clark trying to create some airspace. Long three at the horn.
This is the showdown the WNBA needed, and Caitlin Clark just put everyone on notice. Caitlin Clark's injury left a void not just in Indiana, but across the entire WNBA. Ratings dipped, national buzz cooled off, and the Fever stumbled to a 2-3 record without her. But now, the energy's back. The cameras are rolling, and Clark isn't easing back into action. She's stepping into the fire against the league's top team. That half-court shot in practice wasn't a random highlight. It was a calculated display of confidence. The way she ripped off her overshirt, ran out of the gym, celebrated like a soccer star. It was all theater, and she knew it. Clark understands the moment, and she knows exactly how to seize it. That shot wasn't just a bucket. It was a battle cry. She's saying to the Liberty, to the media, to the fans, I'm still the face of this league. I'm still the main event, and I'm coming for blood. Let's be honest, without Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever are a .500 team at best. Yes, they survived without her. Yes, they managed 2 wins. But nobody's tuning in to see a rotation of role players. Clark is the magnet, the lightning rod, the engine, her court vision, her playmaking, her ability to hit shots from another zip code. Those are the things that elevate this team from average to dangerous.
Look, it was only going to be so long before we're all like, Caitlin Clark's got to be back.
You know, she better get back soon because out of sight, out of mind.
With Clark averaging 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 rebounds, she's producing like a superstar. And yet, her 31.4% from deep shows there's still plenty of room to grow. If she starts knocking down her threes at even an average clip, this team transforms overnight. Her return isn't just about star power, it's about lifting the Fever into playoff contention, about giving the team a real identity and showing the league that Indiana is no longer a laughingstock.
Can personally confirm the pronounced change in interest in Fever games without Clark. A week ago, I bought 4 tickets on StubHub to take my sports-playing nieces to the Fever Mystics game in Baltimore. The tickets in the same row are now less than half of what I paid.
They're a rising force. Let's get real. The New York Liberty are sitting at 9-0, looking untouchable, bulldozing through teams like it's routine. They've got the star power, the depth, the chemistry. It all looks perfect on paper. But here's the truth no one's saying out loud. They've never beaten a full-strength Indiana Fever with a healthy, fired-up Caitlin Clark. Their closest game this season? That narrow 90-88 win over the Fever before Clark's injury. Every other game? Blowouts. But that game, it was a war. And Clark was at the center of it. That tells you something crucial. She's their problem. She's the one player who can disrupt their flow, stretch their defense, and force them into panic mode. And now she's coming back, more motivated than ever, with a message to send. You think that 9-0 record scares Caitlin Clark? No chance. If anything, it fuels her. This is the same player who walked into sold-out arenas in college with fans booing her every touch, and dropped 40 with a smile. She's built for big games. She lives for the moment when the pressure's unbearable. And what could be more dramatic than dethroning the WNBA's unbeaten queens in front of a national TV audience in her first game back? Make no mistake, if Clark shows up and delivers, this isn't just a win.
WNBA is supposed to be a place built on competition, a stage where we showcase our basketball skills and fighting spirit. But right now the league is losing its most fundamental value, fairness. The repeated failures of the referees have made it unbearable. Every game, we give it everything we've got, not just for ourselves and our teammates, but for the fans who support us. But when the referees ignore obvious injustices on the court, all our hard work becomes meaningless. Excessive physical contact and blatant fouls are being overlooked, while players who rely on unfair tactics are allowed to continue unchecked. This is not only frustrating, it makes me question the future of the WNBA. If we can't ensure fairness in every game, what's the point of all our efforts? I respect every opponent I face, but I cannot tolerate behavior that undermines the integrity of the game, especially when referees refuse to take action. If the WNBA continues to tolerate these derelictions of duty...
It's a message to every team in the league. The Liberty aren't untouchable. That 9-0 might as well be 0-0 if you can't beat Indiana when it counts. Let's dissect that moment again, because it's more than just a fun shot at practice. When Caitlin Clark stepped up to take that half-court shot, she wasn't doing it for laughs. She was setting the stage. She knew the cameras were rolling. She knew the video would go viral. She understood the symbolism. She didn't just sink the shot. She turned it into a moment.
Betting interest on Fever games dropped as much as 50% last week at sportsbooks when star guard Caitlin Clark was out. The amount wagered on the Fever's 2 games last year at Caesars Sportsbook was roughly half as much as the team's first 4 games of the season.
After knocking it down, what did she do? Did she smile quietly and jog off the court? Number, she tore off her overshirt and sprinted out like she just scored a World Cup goal. It was pure theater, the kind of viral, ready, headline-snatching confidence that only the true greats possess. Clark wasn't just practicing, and she was performing. And that's what separates her. She knows the WNBA isn't just about basketball. It's about brand, about buzz, about spectacle.
She has had an entire offseason to train, to get into the gym, to work on things that she struggled with during her rookie season. We have seen from the photos, from the videos, from the workouts that she has put on quite a bit of muscle. So it seems like she is taking all of these things so seriously.
The Liberty might have a perfect record, but Caitlin has what they don't: the ability to own the moment. That shot was her way of saying, I'm not just back, I'm taking this league by storm. Again. And make no mistake, opposing teams saw that clip. The Liberty saw it, and whether they admit it or not, they're rattled. Let's not sugarcoat it. The WNBA right now isn't just showcasing Caitlin Clark, it's built on her. Since the moment she declared for the draft, the narrative shifted. The league suddenly had its main character, and that character was a white-hot media magnet with a college legacy that redefined women's basketball. Her arrival sparked a revolution: full arenas, millions in merchandise, record-breaking viewership. And for 5 games when she wasn't playing,
to be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation, going right and left, to be able to have different types of finishing looks, whether it's, crossbody finishes, whether it's floaters at the rim, whether it's quick floaters, long floaters, Euros. You can't quite be as fundamentally predictable with as much athleticism, speed, quickness, and as much as the game plan is going to be geared toward her.
All of that nearly collapsed. Ratings down over 50%. Engagement, flatlined, storylines, boring. Suddenly, the Caitlin Clark show was off the air, and the league felt quiet. That should terrify the WNBA front office. Because what it means is this: without Clark, the spotlight dims. Without Clark, the engine stalls, and now she's back. And the moment she returned, not even to a game, just a practice, she pulled the media back in with a half-court shot. Think about that. No one else in this league could get ESPN segments and TikTok virality over a casual practice shot. But Caitlin can. Because she's not just a player. She's a cultural phenomenon, a movement in motion. That's why her return is bigger than basketball. It's a reminder that the WNBA's current success isn't equally distributed. It's dependent on one player's health, on one player's buzz, on one player's ability to turn ordinary moments into viral sensations. That is both the league's biggest strength in today and its greatest vulnerability. If the WNBA wants to survive long-term, they need to diversify the spotlight, build up other stars, create new rivalries, develop real compelling narratives. Because right now, it's not just Clark carrying Indiana, she's carrying the whole league. And while she's back now, what happens if another injury comes? Or if the hype fades? Or if she burns out from the weight? The WNBA must face a hard truth. Clark is the bridge to mainstream attention, but a bridge can't stand forever on one pillar. If they're smart, they'll use her return not just to boost numbers, but to build infrastructure. To tell deeper stories, elevate more names, and prove this league isn't a one-woman show. But until then, Caitlin Clark is the sun, and everything else revolves around her. And now that she's back in orbit, the WNBA is shining again. But that glow, it's hers, and hers alone.
I think we started off a little bit slow. Our defense was pretty bad in the first half. I think we really turned it around in the second half. I think our scouting report is going to be really important. I thought we were poor in that area the last time we played them. We didn't execute schemes in the way we wanted to, and obviously they pose quite a bit of a challenge with the lineups that they have, with everybody that can shoot 1 through 5, and then you got Stewie at the 4. So we'll try a lot of different things. It's just making sure everybody's on the same page and continuing to communicate